welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, I am the Hood Spiritual Being and I'm happy to have you. I hope that you consider sticking around, liking the video, and I hope you like what you see. Today's video is going to be maintaining self-love while in a relationship or a connection. So the purpose of this video is just to give us some more clarity to help us ground ourselves in our relationship. Sometimes when we start dating or we get in a relationship, we lose ourselves in the other person, and so this reading is intended just for you to help you focus and channel that energy back on yourself, so that way you can be available for your relationship as well. Okay, so just a disclaimer, this reading, there are some messages that may be hard to hear. If you know yourself to be in a dysfunctional relationship or a toxic relationship and you are not ready to hear the messages that will come out, you may not want to watch this video, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, I recorded the reading and some of these messages were deep, okay? And that's because they were channeled in specifically from some of your guides and some of your ancestors who really want you to know some information. So I say that with empathy and love and compassion, okay? With that being said, there are 4 cards in front of you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I ask that you look these cards over, pick the card that has drawn your attention, check the description box, and it will be linked for you and you can go straight to that video. All right, I will see you all in our piles. Bye. Hey there, pile number 1. This reading is going to be self-love in a relationship. So this is going to help us give some advice and tips on how to maintain our self-love even though you may be in a connection. Sometimes we may tend to lose ourselves in a connection. So this is just a way to make sure you're keeping balance and grounded, okay? So I went ahead and pre-pulled some of them from my clarification oracle. And the first thing we have is negative. Now in this space is you alone, you in a relationship, and then the general advice here. So showing up in your you spot, it says negative. So I'm picking up on that you may be feeling a little negative about life or the relationship itself. Next we have unsafe. Now this is showing up in the relationship spot, so you in the connection. It says unsafe. And for the advice we have calming. So spirit is wanting you to calm yourself or wanting you to move to a calmer connection. This is coming up just off of the pre-shuffle, but what I'm picking up is that you may be in a karmic relationship, one that is not the best for you. So this relationship may cause a lot of frustration, a lot of tension, and I'm getting the vibe to say like it feels like you're walking on eggshells. Perhaps maybe you have a very dysfunctional partner, one who may be very reactive to everything that you do or to things that you don't do. And I'm getting a lot of information as I'm channeling. I'm going to keep going, but clarifying the negative, we have the exasperated card, and that is out of the emotion anger. So I feel as though you alone, I'm hearing the phrase woman scorned, okay? Or so you may be in a connection that you're not happy in. You may feel trapped in this connection, or you may feel like you're stuck in this connection for a reason, or it could be that you rely on your person for financial needs, but you're in a connection, but I don't feel as though you are happy to be in it. I feel as though there is some underlying anger here, some resentment. With exasperated, this gives me the energy of you're exhausted, like you're exhausted in this connection. Okay, so clarifying unsafe, we have shameful. And underneath shameful, it says this is coming out of the emotion sadness. So we have anger and sadness surrounding the pre-shuffle of this connection or self-love here. So off rip, spirit is already saying that you should redirect some of your energy that you may put into this connection into yourself. And even though it's pretty early, I'm feeling like spirit is already wanting you to transition out of this connection, because you have a lot of strong emotions, anger, sadness, feeling negative and unsafe. That is not conducive to your day-to-day. That's not conducive to the goals that you have personally set for yourself, where you're trying to go, who you are trying to be, and what you are trying to accomplish in life. It's going to be very difficult for you to do that if you are feeling this type of anger and sadness surrounding your relationship. So clarifying, calming, we have affectionate, love. Okay, so Spirit is really saying, Spirit wants you to focus on self-love here, which is the point of this reading, to focus on yourself more. And it could be that you may be in this connection and you may have just lost yourself in it, trying to be a good girlfriend or a good boyfriend or a good husband or a good wife. And I'm hearing the phrase people pleasing. So you may be trying to please your partner and make sure they are satisfied at all times, but you may be losing a part of yourself, which is causing you to resent this person or grow anger at yourself. And maybe you're angry because you can't do what you want to do because you're pleasing this person. So take it how it resonates. I am just channeling what I'm feeling and getting. Okay, so let's move into the tarot. Let's get more into this, but the pre-shuffle is pretty intense. So yeah, we're starting with the Five of Cups. Now look, this Five of Cups is coming out over the negative and the anger space, and this is your energy. Five of Cups, I said Five of Cups. Okay, so Cups came out. Okay, trigger warning, this connection may be a domestic violence connection. So again, I'm getting very dysfunctional and it's time for you to leave. I am channeling right now, but I heard the phrase cops. And if you're at the point in this connection where it's getting rowdy, where the cops are being called, Spirit is asking you to please let this connection go and to transition out of, okay? And I say this with love because I know that ending connections are not easy. Even dysfunctional ones, even connections that hurt us can still be very difficult to get out of. So I'm sending you all my love and light. I'm sending you so much healing and so much strength and power for you to make the best decision for yourself at this time. Okay, my love? All right. So with the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups speaks of mourning, of loss, and Cups deals with emotion. So you're mourning, and it could be you're mourning yourself in this connection. Again, I'm picking up the energy is very heavy for this. I feel like you may have lost yourself in the connection that you are currently in. And maybe you don't even recognize who you are anymore because you've done some things that are not in alignment with you. You've done some things, you've experienced some things, and it has taken you far off path here. So I get this could be crying for yourself, being sad for yourself, feeling sorry for yourself. And this moment is necessary. We all have our lows. So I say this with love. We all reach our lows, but know that I'm here to support you and help build you back up and bring you up and guide you or support you in any way, the best that I can here through the screen. You know, I'm sending you my love, but I know what this may feel like. Okay, so I do have empathy and compassion, and I feel like you're mourning yourself. Maybe there were some things that you weren't able to complete because of this connection, and you're feeling sad about this. So I'm getting that you are mourning some of the things that you weren't able to accomplish, some things you had to give up. Okay, so let's keep going. Next we got Seven of Cups. Now this is saying this is you in a relationship. So what I'm picking up, the Seven of Cups speaks of having options or choices. Again, with cups is love. So I get that maybe your partner is not faithful to you. Maybe your partner puts you in competition with other women or other men or other people. Maybe your partner chooses other people or experiences over you. You feel like you are not their main concern. And I'm getting like cheating energy, heavy on like dishonesty, heavy on this person may be, you know, giving their energy and time not to you but to other people. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up with this Seven of Cups here. And again, because you're watching this, you're seeing your partner give their love to others. It's causing you a deep depression. It's causing you to be sad. It's causing you to be angry. Okay. And what Spirit is coming through to say, if this person does not choose you, you do not have to stay here. I know that you may have been with this person for a while, or you feel really attached to this person, but Spirit is saying choose someone who chooses you. This person is showing you by their actions that they're choosing other people, other things outside of the connection with you. So it's okay for you to let this go, because this is unfair to you, because you are the one that end up suffering here. Okay, my love? Like, you are the one that is angry and sad and hurt and crying. Meanwhile, this person is out with person number 2, person number 3 having a blast. Okay, and you are worth more than that. So Spirit is really channeling through me. Again, this is not how I intended this reading to go, and I understand that these messages may be hard to hear, and know that I'm delivering them with as much compassion as I can. But also understand that your guides are here. I have hair sticking up on my arm. It's a strong presence here, and when that usually happens when I'm channeling, it must mean that it's important. Okay, so your guides trust me enough to deliver this message to you. Okay, my love? Like, I'm sending you so much love through this. All right, let's keep going. So with the 7 of Cups, the advice, wow, look at the advice. The Knight of Pentacles. Now this is showing up in the advice section here, and it's like this person is walking away, planting new seeds. Now the Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving energy. So what I'm getting from this Spirit is saying getting out of the current connection that you may be in will take some time. Again, you might be married to this person, or in a very deep, you might live with this person, so there's like, you just can't leave overnight possibly, but it will take time to exit this connection. But Spirit is wanting you, is wanting you to plant new seeds here. Plant new seeds in a different direction. And I like how this figure is walking away, and I look at this person that's walking towards their destiny, walking towards their path, walking towards a situation that's better for them. And I feel like this is you in the end. You might be here right now in this 5 of Cups energy, crying and mourning, but pretty soon you'll be able to walk away and plant new seeds. And this is what I'm getting. The self-love is coming in for. Like, I see you planting new seeds, investing in yourself, really dealing with this hurt and pain from this relationship, realizing and asking yourself, do I deserve this? And when you realize that you don't, what can I do to get out of this? I deserve better. Where is better? How do I find better? Where is better? You know, like, how do I get out of this? So I see you navigating and moving, and I feel as though it may come through a bit of a spiritual journey on your end. And usually our spiritual awakenings do happen when we have really bad relationships. It's usually a bad relationship that shakes our world up, and it kind of destroys us in the beginning because we're hurt, we're in pain, you know, the situation is urgent, and then we find ourselves in it and we move on and we better ourselves. Okay, so again, I'm delivering this message with much empathy and compassion, and know that I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for your safety, I'm rooting for your success. Okay, my love? So clarifying this 5 of Cups, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. And with this 10 of Pentacles, I feel like this is what you're mourning. I feel like you thought that you were going to be in a connection where you had the whole family, the happy life type of scenario, and maybe that was what was promised to you, but this person that you were with switched up and they took that away for you. So you thought you were getting somebody who was a family person, who was committed, who was honest, who was able to provide and uphold and protect. And I'm feeling like that's not the case. And it's like you're realizing that this person is not who they said they were. And the things that you were promised did not come into fruition. And that is why you're upset. That is why you're angry. That is why you are mourning this connection. And it's like you're mourning all the things you thought you were getting. Okay. Next, we got the 4 of Pentacles. Clarifying your 7 of Cups. So originally I read this 7 of Cups as your person choosing other people or other things outside of your connection. And with the 4 of Pentacles, if you look at it, it's like a stingy energy. Okay, So I'm getting that the person that you may be in a relationship with may be stingy with their energy. I'm hearing the phrase emotionally unavailable. So this person may be emotionally unavailable to you on purpose. So I'm getting like emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Again, trigger warning. These messages are heavier than I expected, but I'm channeling, okay? So I get that your partner may do these things to you on purpose. I get that this person likes to get a rise out of you. This person likes to gaslight you, likes to make you upset and make you think that you're crazy. This person is very dishonest, okay, that you are in a connection with. And they're stingy, okay, stingy with their time and their energy and maybe even finances, because we do have so many pentacles here. We got the 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. So they may be stingy with your money. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. This person may be abusing you through it's called financial abuse. Let's say that you rely on this person for finances. This is a form of domestic violence. Financial abuse is when they don't allow you to have access to the money or give you an allowance or something like that. So if you're with someone who is financially abusing you, Spirit wants you to know that that is a form of domestic violence. It's called financial abuse, okay? So I get that this may be something you are suffering with, which is why you may feel stuck. You may feel like I don't have any money to go anywhere else, because this person is withholding finances from me, okay? So I'm picking up on this. This may only be for 1 or 2 people out here, but I'm going to put a link. I'm going to link in this video the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and they speak of this on financial abuse, and I hope that you consider clicking that link and getting some more information or talking to someone to help form an exit strategy to get you out of this situation. But I do feel that it is very unsafe for you mentally and physically, okay? Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and this is what I'm getting. Spirit wants you to move on to a connection that's giving, because look, the person that you with is stingy, and if you look at this card, this person is giving. So Spirit wants you to move away from this connection and move into one where you're more giving, and starting with yourself. And I'm getting that this Spirit wants you to see this, like Spirit wants you to know that you can, okay, this is what I'm being called to say. Spirit wants you to know, maybe you rely on this person and you feel like you can't be a provider. Spirit is saying that's not true. You can be a provider. You don't need this person for their finances like you think you do. You are just as capable of making your own money and supporting yourself. So you might need a boost in believing that you can be an independent woman or an independent man. You need to be encouraged and know that this love that you're looking for, that you thought you were going to get out of this person, you can give to yourself, okay? And Spirit is saying it may be time for you to transition out of this and be in a relationship with yourself for a while, so you can heal through this, so you can recover through all of this trauma this person may have brought into your life, so you can let it go, okay? So you can work through your emotions, work through this, and gain the confidence and faith in yourself. Like, I can't provide for myself. I don't have to stay with this person who is not providing for me. You know what I'm saying? I can do this myself. So Spirit would like you to move into a more believing in yourself and making it happen, okay? So let's move on. Now we're going to do, I'm going to pull some cards. Hang on. So this is the overall advice. The advice about this situation regarding self-love and your relationship right now is the Queen of Swords. And I'm feeling like this is your energy. Spirit wants you to think. First, the Swords gets at thought. Anything in our thought process. So Spirit wants you to think about this situation And just really be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, am I happy here? Do I really deserve this? Do I want to put up with this? Do I? Think about it. And then also, the Queen of Swords have a tendency to be very cutthroat, like Game of Thrones cutthroat. So Spirit is asking you to cut this connection out, or giving you the advice to cut this connection away from you, because it's not good for your physical health, mental health, and overall well-being. And you will be more successful by yourself. Because this connection is causing too much of a distraction with you feeling angry and sad and having to keep up and look after this person. It's taking you away from your path here. So that's the general advice that Spirit is giving. So next is going to be the outcome if you don't take the advice. So the outcome if you don't take the advice is the Strength card. And with the Strength card, I'm feeling like you're going to have to fight. Like, usually the Strength card is represented by a lion. And so Spirit is saying, if you don't take this advice to cut the connection out, it's going to take a lot of strength for you to continue to put up with it. It's like, it's going to take a lot of work for you to be happy. It's going to take a lot of work for you to feel normal, because what I'm getting is that there's so much pressure or so many distractions, like it's hard for you to keep focus. And Spirit is saying you're going to continue to have to work hard to keep focus and do anything, because you will be focused on this connection, this partner that's not being a good partner to you, and that's going to take away from it. Like with Strength, I feel like your strength is going to be worn out. This person is going to wear you out, is what I'm getting. This connection will wear you out if you choose not to take the advice. Just know that if you're feeling angry and sad now, it's only going to get worse from here. And I say this with love. I'm not saying it to be mean to you. I'm saying it to tell you the truth. Usually karmic situations do not get better. This person may have told you, oh baby, I'ma change, I'ma do better, I'ma do this. Like, and again, we love this person, so we tend to be like, okay, things will get better. Spirit is saying that is a waste of time. If this person has shown you who they were and what they do, believe them the first time. Do not keep giving this person a chance to manipulate you and to keep you stuck, because that's ultimately what happens, okay? And again, I'm getting chills as I'm reading this. I can relate to this. I have been through something similar like this, and so I'm speaking from experience. People usually do not change, okay, baby? So that's for you. Next message. This is going to be the projected outcome if you take the advice. We got the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups speaks of a soulmate connection. So what Spirit is showing you, two things. One, if you cut this connection out, you will gain a deeper relationship with yourself. Again, we mentioned how Spirit wants you to become more confident and focused on your independent energy, your love for yourself. So with this soulmate energy, what I read this as you finding yourself. You finding a true connection to you, and you partnering with yourself and treating yourself better and not allowing yourself to be mistreated by anyone in general. And Spirit is giving you a heads up. And the Two of Cups is a soulmate card. So Spirit is saying you will find a healthier, safer relationship if you cut this out. If you cut the one that you are in, you will find a healthier and safer relationship. But know that this healthy and safe relationship will come once you do some introspection, once you do some healing, okay? Because let's say you cut this connection and you jump right into a new connection without doing the spiritual healing work, like really working on your confidence and working on, you know, your emotions and things like that, you could get another karmic situation, which is what you just left. So it's important that you leave this connection and heal first. Go to therapy, talk to a counselor, get some support, work on your own goals, establish yourself, get comfortable, believing in yourself, build your own, and the healthy connection will come. Okay, my love? So Spirit is giving you a glimpse, saying that you will be in a healthier, safer relationship if you decide to leave the one that you are currently in. All right. So that was your reading regarding self-love and a connection. Next, I'm going to give you spiritual advice from Spirit. So the first card we have is, I advance through my own abilities. What? I advance through my own abilities. So listen to this card. Spirit is saying believe in yourself. Believe in your own abilities. You do not need this person like you think you do. Okay? Like you don't need them. And the strength is in you. Alright? So if you were nervous or worried, you're thinking like, oh, I can't do it. Your guides are here saying, yes, you can. You can. Next, you got, I listen to opposing opinions. Okay. And with this, I got chills. So I feel like you didn't like what I said. You haven't enjoyed this reading. You didn't like what I said because I'm telling you the truth. But Spirit is saying, one, if you listen this far, this message was for you. And with the I listen to opposing viewpoints, you know what I'm saying is true, even though you don't like it. You may not be in a place to hear it right now, but the truth resonates. And when you're ready to process and move and make this decision, this message will be here for you. But I understand that it's hard to hear. So Spirit is saying that they recognize that this was hard to hear, especially from a tarot reader on YouTube, you know. But it's true, okay? And you are learning to accept this truth and heal from this truth, okay, my love? Last message, it says, I spread joy. I spread joy. So with this, Spirit wants you to find your own happiness because you haven't been happy in this connection. Spirit is saying get in touch with that. That's a starting point. So like find one thing that makes you happy and just focus on that for now. Like it could be anything. Like today, you know, I decided that I wanted to draw stickers today. Like I just was bored and I was like, you know what? I want to draw stickers. And I chose to draw stickers of my favorite drinks. And they look adorable, but that gave me something to focus on. And I ended up spending 2 hours drawing stickers today. But it made me happy. And it's just a little thing of drawing. So it could be painting your nails or doing hair or artwork. Whatever the case may be, Spirit is asking you to spend some time. Okay, my love? Focus on that and focus on the small things that make you happy. Alright, that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, put a heart in the comment section. It helps me and it helps the channel. Bye. Hey there, pile number 2. This reading is going to be maintaining self-love in a relationship. So this reading is just going to give you some advice and some tips or some information to help you keep yourself, you know, balanced and grounded even though you are in a connection. Sometimes when we get in connections, we tend to lose ourselves in the other person. So this reading is just going to help us focus that energy back on ourselves so that we can become and maintain our balance in this connection. All right. So with your pre-pull, we have the Devil, Incompatible, and Divine Masculine and Feminine. So what's showing up is this spot is you alone. This spot is you in a relationship. And then this is the advice. So showing up, we have the Devil, and the Devil speaks of our own patterns and behaviors that we tend to repeat. So this could speak of addictions, but this can also be addicted to making poor choices. Okay, and with this showing up for me, I feel like this is saying that Spirit is showing you that you may have a tendency to repeat similar cycles with new people, or with people in like the people you're in a relationship with. Like I get this type of vibe that you date the same type of person. It's a different person, but the energy signature is the same. Okay, so you might run into the same problems that you had in the last relationship in a new relationship, because it is something within you. Not taking this, you know what they say, like when you don't get the lesson, you repeat it. So this could be you not wanting to see the lesson, you not wanting to make different choices. But next, showing up in a spot where it says you in a relationship, this is saying incompatible. And what I'm picking up is that you may tend to date people that are incompatible with you. Maybe you like a certain type of person or a certain vibe, but this person or that type of energy is not compatible with who you are or really with what you want to do. I get that you may tend to date partners based on looks and superficial things, but then when it comes down to the more intimate details, this person may be lacking. And I get that you are a very deep person, and you are, it's like you keep I feel like you're choosing people that are not deep, that aren't in alignment with you. You're getting people that are very low vibrational, in a sense. Like, yes, they may look a certain way, but like they on the inside, they have like low vibes or low intentions. They're not very nice people, and they do things or to others that aren't nice, is what I'm channeling in for you. And it's not compatible for you. Spirit is wanting you to realize who you are, that you are a deep person. You are someone who likes a more intimate connection. You want someone who is conscious, someone who is aware of how they treat others. You want someone who is deep, who knows how to express their emotions. You want someone who is more in alignment with you, because showing up, we have divine masculine and divine feminine, and this is showing up like in the advice column. And with the divine, Spirit is asking you, hold on, sorry, the train distracted me. Spirit is asking you to look for a more divine connection. Divine is another way of saying a connection that is emotionally mature, emotionally stable, meaning that you can trust this person can trust you. More mature, meaning there aren't the little petty things like, wandering eyes and things like that. A divine connection is one that you can grow in, one that you can feel safe in, and one that you can trust your partner in. And I feel like maybe the connection you're in, you don't feel safe, you can't really grow there, and you don't really trust your partner. Okay, so let's clarify. Clarifying the devil, we have scare and fear. Now this is showing up in the you space. So I heard like, as soon as I heard like fear, I heard like scared to be alone. So you may date people or go from person to person because you are afraid to be alone. And I understand that, and I get that. And know that when I'm channeling these messages, I'm channeling these messages with love and compassion. Okay, this is a judgment-free zone. We've all been there, and we've all experienced this. I have so much empathy and compassion for you and towards you. Okay, so with the scare, it's like you're scared to be alone, and this is why the devil is showing up, because this is showing up as a pattern of yours. Maybe when you get lonely, you will start to talk to the person who is available, and just because this person is available doesn't mean that they're the best person for you. But again, you don't want to be alone or without a boyfriend or without a girlfriend or without a partner. Okay, so clarifying incompatible, we have enthralled, enjoy. And what I get is that, let's say I get like you like the bad boy type, the hood type, like it's a whole event. Like that part of the relationship gets you excited, being on their arm, being able to ride around with them. It's like you're attracted to that, but you also know that there is nothing that's going to come out of that type of connection, but yet you continue to choose it anyway because you enjoy that part of the relationship, the riding around. And I get it, I've been there, done that. So I'm saying this with love. And so like that part of the connection is like exciting to you, and I get that you're craving the excitement here. But usually after the excitement phases, it becomes more of a physical thing, and that's it. There isn't much depth to those type of people that you tend to date. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there isn't depth, and you're just a deep person, and you require more. Okay, so clarifying the divine feminine, we have blissful and joy. So Spirit is wanting you to find bliss and joy with another type of person outside of this dynamic where it might be like, the rebel type of person. Spirit is saying you can find joy and happiness first within yourself. But if you decide to date, with a different type of person as well. So basically, Spirit just wants you to know that that same type of excitement that you think you can only get from dating a rebel, you can also get from dating somebody who's not a rebel. You can get the same type of energy, and it'll probably be safer for you and healthier for you. Spirit just really wants to point you in the direction of a healthier type of person, because with the devil, you may have done this with the same type of person over and over, and it's not the best for you overall. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. The first tarot card we have is the King of Cups. All right, and what I'm getting with the King of Cups, this is coming through. Spirit wants you, like, the King of Cups is someone who is deeply deeply emotional. Didn't I just say that? I said you're a deep person. This is your archetype right here, King of Cups. Someone who is mature, someone who is logical, but also able to understand their emotions and express their emotions, and someone who is very sensitive. And this is showing up in the you position. So Spirit wants you to know, hang on. Alright, hey, power number 2, I'm back. I was worried. I thought my nephew was locked outside or something, or my sister was locked outside, but turns out they were fine. I have my earplugs in when I'm channeling, so I can't hear anything, and so I was a little bit confused. But back to this reading. This King of Cups is your archetype. You're very deeply emotional and deep. So Spirit is just pointing out this fact about yourself, and Spirit really wants you to own this sensitive side of you and understand that your sensitive side can be nurtured and supported in a relationship. Okay, and that it may be better supported outside of this archetype of people that you tend to date, which I get is like the, you know, the bad boy, the rebel, the, you know, like hood shenanigans, you know, stuff like that. Spirit is asking you to really be honest with yourself here. All right, next we got the Two of Wands, and this is showing up in this is showing up in the position of you in a relationship. So if you look at this card with the Two of Wands, it's like she's longing for something. She's in the window looking out, on the outside looking in. I mean, on the inside looking out. And this is the energy that I feel that you may resonate with when you get in these connections with these rebels, or with this this certain type of person that you tend to repeat and date. It's like you get in them and you know that they're superficial, and you know that you wonder if there's something else. And so I get that this is this energy of like, maybe, and I'm just going to share a personal example again. I went through something similar like this, and I have my days of liking the rebel type of person. It is exciting, but it became like I wanted something more. I wanted to know, what other kind of person can I date? I only ever dated this one type of person, and I was getting my heart broken time after time after time again. And I had to really expand on my dating type of people that I date. And it's scary, because again, like, if it's all you know is to date this one type of person and then trying to date something outside of that, it can be scary. And so I'm sharing that because I'm picking up on this energy for you, pile number 2. It's like, when you get in these connections, you know, you wonder if there's something more, or you wonder if you will be able to pull somebody outside of this type of person. But there's a deep longing, a deep desire for something different. And again, you're a sensitive person, and so you need to be nurtured and supported as well. Okay, and with this Two of Wands, I see this as you, even when you're in a connection, you don't feel supported. You don't feel, it's like you're still looking and searching for nurturing. And the thing is, like, you're not going to get it out of that type of person that you're dating, if you will. Okay, next we got Judgment. Now this is the advice showing up here. Spirit is asking you to judgment. And if you look at the card, this person is like breaking free, And remember, we had the devil card show up that talked about your patterns and habits. So Spirit wants you to break free of this habit or this pattern of choosing people that you know cannot nurture you, that cannot support you, you can't grow there. And yes, you might get excited by the excitement of it all, but Spirit is asking you to use better judgment and break free of that, because it's pretty much just wasting your time. I'm saying this with love and compassion and empathy. And this is a self-love reading, and Spirit saying it's not doing you any service to stay in this type of connection or choose these type of connections. Next, clarifying the King of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords speaks of finality, something coming to an end, closing up. So I look at this as this is you closing out a chapter of where you made choices, where you dated people who you, again, let's be honest, sometimes we know that the rebel isn't good for us, but we want the thrill, right? So Spirit is saying with this Ten of Swords, this phase in your life where you choose the thrill is coming to an end, and it's time to choose more of an emotional, sensitive connection, okay? Next, we got Temperance, and Temperance speaks of balance and speaks of healing. So Spirit is asking you to reevaluate and heal this in yourself, because essentially what we end up craving is someone who is emotionally unavailable to us, okay? And that's what the rebel is, you know, that's what the attraction to the rebel. This person is emotionally unavailable, and there's something about this emotionally unavailable person that we want to fix, that we want to get their attention, that we want to change them, we want to make them a better person. And Spirit is saying, put that energy into yourself and ask yourself, why are you attracted to people who aren't attracted to you? Do you feel as though you're not worthy of having someone who is actually interested in you? I know that is a tough question, but it's the question that needs to be answered. And so Spirit is asking you to spend some time and heal that part of you that craves emotionally unavailable people. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I was attracted to emotionally unavailable people because I had very emotionally unavailable parents, and I developed a pattern in childhood where I wanted to get my parents' attention, and I wanted to change them, and I wanted them to be better, and I wanted them to pay attention to me, right? So I developed that pattern early on. So when it came to dating, I chose the people that treated me like my parents did, who were emotionally unavailable to me. Those were the people that I lusted for the most, that I went out of my way to people please with. So maybe it's the same for you, which is why I'm being called to share my story so that it helps you. Sometimes we develop these patterns from childhood and they carry on into our adult lives. And little do we know, we're making these the same choices and patterns that we made since we were children. So this is why Spirit is asking you to spend some time, focus on this aspect as to why you are attracted to emotionally unavailable people, and heal that with the angel here. Heal that, okay? Next, clarifying the Judgment, we got the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, again, if you look at this person, it's like they're confused. And I get this is your energy. You may be confused as to why you choose emotionally unavailable people. And it's okay. Like, because first you have to process that and work through it. So you may be working through this, and you might discover and uncover some truths from your childhood that may confuse you initially, but essentially you'll get through it. You'll recognize your pattern, and that you're able to break it and move on and grow from it and heal from it. So I understand that this reading may not have been easy to hear or process, but as a reader, I would never lie to you. I would never tell you what you want to hear. I'm always going to tell you the truth. And these messages are very difficult for me to deliver today, but I feel like your guys really need this to come through. So they're trusting me to tell you the truth. And I just hope that you take this and that it resonates. Even if you don't like it, you know, like the truth still resonates. So next, we're going to get advice. Okay. So the first card is the Queen of Cups. this is the advice. Spirit wants you to get in touch with that sensitive side of you. Get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with your inner voice, and go on this path of self-discovery. And usually it is relationships, unhealthy relationships, that usually send us into a spiritual awakening. So this might be your spiritual awakening moment here from this dysfunctional relationship that you may be in, or have a tendency to choose to be in, similar patterns with similar partners. Spirit is asking you to go on this path of self-discovery and really learn yourself. And again, I mentioned my pattern was that I used to be attracted to emotionally unavailable people, but I had to go on this same journey that Spirit is encouraging you to go on, where I had to dig deep and I had to ask myself those questions, like, why are you sweating somebody who is not sweating you? What's the reason? You know, and it wasn't hard. It wasn't easy for me to do that. So I'm saying this with empathy and love. But just know that the journey is worth it. Discovering yourself, discovering your own patterns are so important, because you learn from them and you grow from them, and you don't repeat the same mistakes. All right, so that's the advice. This is going to be the projected outcome if you don't take the advice. So if you don't take the advice, you'll be in the Two of Swords, which this is just confused. You'll be arguing with parts of yourself, you know, trying to I get this energy like this is when you are trying to convince yourself. This is when you gaslight yourself, or when you're trying to convince yourself that the person that you're with is a good person, but then their actions don't line up. But then we tell ourselves like, oh, but they did this one thing for me this one time that was so nice. And it's like we pin the whole relationship on this one part when they were nice at one point in time, but their actions don't line up. So I get that you'll be in that same energy of where you're trying to convince yourself that they're a good person, but really you know it, but we just don't want to believe the truth. Spirit is saying you're going to be, if you don't take the advice, you're going to be in this confused state all the time. This card is going to be the projected outcome if you do take the advice. If you do take the advice, you get the Magician. And the Magician is all about knowing your own power, knowing your greatest skills, your assets, and being able to manifest and create any outcome that you want. So what Spirit is saying is if you go on this spiritual journey, you will find yourself and you will tap into your true power and a better version of yourself. Okay, so that was the reading. I'm going to get messages and advice from Spirit. Hang on. Okay, so the first card we have is I praise the goddess and the god. Wow, we got the Magician, and then this card comes out. So I read this as Spirit is saying tap into your inner self, tap into your inner power, and that same type of thrill that you're looking for and these connections you have within yourself. So I've learned over time some of the things that attract us the most about people are the traits and characteristics that we also have. That's why we're so attracted to these people, or is because they have a trait that we have. It's just that we can't see it and we see it through them. So with this, Spirit is encouraging you to explore your own qualities and traits. You're just as exciting, okay? Next we have I honor animals with, what does this say? Reverence. I honor animals with reverence. So this could be maybe you should get an emotional support animal, because sometimes when we are picking people that are emotionally unavailable, that's a sign that we need love, we need support. And the best way to do that, if you want to feel loved and supported, is to get an animal companion. And I'll share my story. I got a cat last August. Well, the cat found me because I was at the farmer's market and they were just giving them away for free, and I just couldn't leave these little cats there. But that ended up opening my heart in so many ways, because you think you know love until you get a pet. And so I feel like that's something for you. If you want to feel supported and wanted and love and show affection, start off with a cat or a pet of any, whatever That way you're not picking unhealthy people. You get what I'm saying? So just take it from me. That's some advice. And I feel like Spirit wanted me to share that because this is showing up. Alright, last card. It says, I keep my own counsel. Wow. So Spirit is asking you with the advice here. Spirit is saying, keep your own counsel. Check in with yourself. That's what this spiritual journey is. Checking in to your own intuition. Asking yourself what feels right for you. What feels good for you. What is the best choice for you. And trusting your own decision. You don't have to verify or double check with anybody else but yourself. Okay? So pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, put a heart in the comment section. Your interactions help me to help the channel. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. This is your reading. This reading is going to be self-love in a relationship though. So this reading is going to help give us some tips and some ideas and pointers on ways to continue to focus on your self-love even though you're in a relationship. Sometimes when we get in relationships, we can get lost in our partner. So this reading is just to keep us grounded and focus on our own energy as well, okay? So I did your pre-pull, and from your pre-pull, we have the world, safe, equal partnership, and the word elusive. Now your group is the only group that got an extra card here, but I took it because I felt like it needed to come out as well. So in this space, this is going to be you alone. This is your energy in a relationship, and then this is the general advice. Okay, so in the space where it says you alone, it's the world card. So I feel like, so what I'm getting is that you are completing a cycle, or you may have gone through some form of energetic healing or transformation, and I feel as though you are coming up on the complete cycle of that. The world talks about new closing up a chapter, starting out a new cycle. So this could be, I get like this was a self-love journey for you, and you're closing up the tough part for it, okay? Or the tough part surrounding that self-love journey. All right, so I feel like this is a self-love reading, and I feel like you in general are doing self-love, doing healing work. So this is showing that you are completing that cycle. In the space that's popping up where it says you in a relationship, it says safe. And that's a good card to see. Some of these piles have been difficult messages, but I like to see this because what this is showing me is that you feel safe in your connection. It's really good. It's really helpful when you have a partner, or when you are in a connection that you feel safe in. You can still grow. Okay, so it's like you still are working on your self-love, and your relationship is not distracting you from that. So that's a good sign, and the fact that you feel safe in this relationship. Now what just took me out that I just love to see, pile number 3, because I'm telling you, some of the other piles were a bit rough. This is beautiful. Equal partnership. This is coming up in the advice spot, and I feel like Spirit saying you are in a connection where the partnership is equal. There's an equal give and take. There's emotional maturity. There's stability. There is communication and understanding between the two of you. So this makes it very easy, or very it makes it easy for you to focus on your self-love journey. I love this. And with the elusiveness, this was a bonus card. I'm picking up that with the elusive, you may have taken away or taken a step back from being in public as much, or being on social media as much. You haven't been out in the open or in communication with everybody while you've been working on this. Okay, working on yourself is what I'm hearing, and keeping your relationship, you know, between the two of you, you know, you and your partner. So let's see what else we got. Clarifying the world card, we had hate and anger. So this was showing up, like, I get that this was prior to your self-love journey. You had, it may seem like you had a lot of anger towards the world. Like you felt like the world was out to get you, or things weren't going your way in the past, but you've learned to work through that and learn how to accomplish your goals. Because I get like in the beginning, maybe you felt like things were owed to you or things should just happen, but over time you realize that you have to make them happen, that you have to put in the work as well. So at a point in time you were angry about, you know, things not working out, things not going your way, but I see here that you have evolved and you've matured, and that could be a part of your self-love journey, is learning that you co-create with the universe. So if it's stuff that you want, you put in the work, and now I see you diligently putting in the work for yourself. Okay, so that's beautiful. Clarifying the safe, we have content and joy. Now that's good to see, because this is popping up in the you in a relationship or a connection space. So again, this is just emphasizing the fact that you are content in your relationship, and your relationship brings you joy, or, you know, adds to your joy. And again, this is so beautiful to see, because sometimes relationships can distract us from our path, from what we need to do. So the fact that you are content and joyful and happy, this is great. So this is letting me know that your partner supports your self-love journey, or is on a self-love journey as well, and that your partner is mature and stable, and your partner knows how to support you and understand you emotionally. Okay, and it's always a plus when a person you can be in a connection with the person and they add to your happiness. All right, so that's beautiful. Clarifying the equal partnership. Oh, we got love, we got longing and love, and what I'm hearing is that this connection is going to last long, and because it's such a responsible and mature relationship. So I'm hearing like long lasting love here, and that's because you and your person have an understanding of yourself on individual levels. You all have an understanding of working on yourself on an individual level, and so that leaves more room for joy and love in the connection with each other. Okay, so that is beautiful. Let's get into the tarot. For the first card we have coming up in the you alone space, we have the Nine of Cups. Now I love the Nine of Cups because the Nine of Cups speaks of being independent and being happy. So I get that this was your energy before you even got in this connection. You were pretty independent, pretty satisfied with yourself. You were standing alone and you felt proud of it. You were independent. You were still making things happen. Again, we picked up that before there was some anger and resentment. Maybe things weren't going your way. But when you finally realize, like, okay, I got to put in this work, you got to work and you got successful quickly. You know, you got your finances together, your goals together, your home together, your life together, and you were feeling pretty confident and proud. So this is a good energy to see. I'm loving this because you realize that before you can get in a connection, you had to work on yourself. So I love this initiation of starting and working on yourself and getting yourself together first outside of a connection. So this is beautiful. Then coming in the you in the relationship space, we got the Chariot. Now this is what I'm talking about, because basically this person saw you glowing and being happy, being independent and successful, and this person came right on in with the Chariot. The Chariot speaks of progressive action, taking action, movement, and being direct and forward. So the fact that this person so your person may have been very direct towards you and knew exactly what they wanted, and that's how this relationship was able to start and stay sustained, because this person is also very direct. They're clear about what they want. They're clear about their intentions. They're clear about their actions. They're clear about making promises and keeping them. So this person is very direct, very clear, and in a place financially to make things happen quickly. Okay, so that is what's coming up. Let's see. Next we got the Three of Swords. Now this is coming up in the advice spot, and what I get is that the Three of Swords speaks of heartbreak, and so I get that this is a past energy. You were healing your heart here before you got in this connection. Excuse me, try not to burp on camera, but when I channel sometimes I get a little burpy. All right, excuse me. With the Three of Swords, this is talking about this pain of the past. This could be that anger, and I feel like this is speaking of relationships, failed failed relationships in the past that were really dysfunctional. That is what kickstarted this original self-love journey, is this energy from the past, maybe where you got your heart broken, where you were down and feeling sad and you were mad at the world that things didn't go your way, and you took your power back by co-creating with spirit and healing yourself. Okay, so this is speaking of the past. And also I get that because this connection that you're in is such an equal partnership, your partner may have gone through something very similar, where they may have had dysfunctional relationships in the past as well. And it's like the dysfunctional relationship matures you, because you go through all of these negative experiences in a dysfunctional relationship. So then you realize what you don't want in a partner. You don't want someone who picks fights with you, who lies to you, someone who doesn't respect the relationship. But you go through all that. So it's like when you go to your next relationship, you're a lot more upfront about what you want, because you just spent that time in the past dealing with what you don't want. So in a way, you can say that the dysfunctional relationship trains you for a more positive relationship, or gets you ready because you experience so many negative things that you don't want to repeat in the next relationship. So the Three of Swords, what's coming up is that this Three of Swords energy was intended to help you grow, you and your partner grow separately, so that you all could come together and have this awesome union. All right, so let's keep going. Clarifying our Nine of Cups, we have the Fool. Now this is beautiful, because the Fool card speaks of taking a risk and going on an adventure or a journey, and not being worried about the outcome. Like, you accept the fact that the journey could go left, it could go right, but you choose to go anyway, which is why this person is like falling off a cliff. She's like, I'm choosing to jump. So I feel like that was your energy surrounding this relationship, or deciding to get in a relationship. Like, you were like, okay, I'm choosing to jump, I'm choosing to fall. And I'm hearing a word like, I'm choosing to fall in love. So I get that you had a good feeling about your partner when they came into your life. Again, this person was so direct, so clear about what they wanted. They set their intentions, they were able to communicate, they had empathy, they had compassion. So it was very easy for you to realize, like, okay, I can do this. Okay. Let's see. Clarifying our Chariot, we have the Six of Swords. Now the Six of Swords talks of moving away from the old, from the past, and this is beautiful. So it's like you and this person decided to move forward in a new progressive direction with one another, letting go of all of the energy from your past, letting go of all of the negativity and the negative self-talk and the negative ideas surrounding love. You chose to let them go. So this is really healthy here. It seems like you two are going through a self-love journey together as well. So it's like you are working on your journey and your person's working on their journey, but it seems as though you all have a mutual understanding of each other and holding space for one another. And this connection with this self is another layer of that self-love journey, because now you're experiencing healthy love with a partner. And so now it's like you're growing in your relationship in ways that you haven't before, because in the past you've had dysfunctional relationships. So now you're experiencing and growing from a healthy, happy, safe and stable relationship. So this is beautiful energy. I am loving this energy, pile number 3. You have no idea. All right, so clarifying the heartbreak, the Three of Swords, we got the Devil card. Okay, now this is being clarified. The Devil speaks of patterns and habits. All right, things, addictions, things that we can't let go of. And so I get that this is showing me in the past you may have had a dysfunctional relationship that was really hard for you to let go of, a relationship where you and this other person kept going into the same cycle over and over. And so Spirit is showing me that you beat the devil here, in a sense of you were able to let go of that dysfunctional connection, even though it was very difficult, even though you may have been addicted to it because it's all you have known. You were able to defeat that and let it go. And letting go of that toxic connection is what brought you or moved you into the direction of this healthier connection. So overall, I feel like Spirit is just showing us up to clarify and say that maybe you had a history of being in toxic or dysfunctional relationships, and now you've healed that. So this is a part, because remember we had the World card right here, and we talked of things being completed, you know, chapter of your life being closed. So I imagine that this is the chapter that Spirit is talking about. You have closed. You've closed that toxic chapter in your life where you chose toxic people and karmic cycles. Okay, so good job, pile number 3. I'm over here like really happy and proud. This is great to see. So let's keep going. Let's get the advice. All right, so let's see. Hold on, let me grab my cards. All right, so this is the advice. The advice is to continue to change your perspective for the positive, which I feel as though you are already on this path. You have been learning to change your perception and to see things in a more positive way, because originally we had that anger card underneath the world, and I picked up that you were angry that things originally did not work out the way you expected them to, and you felt like the world or God or universe owed you. And then you got to a point where you started to change your perspective, and you started to see like, okay, you know what, it's still possible for me to get what I want. I just got to do the work. I got to make different decisions. I got to make different choices. And you accepted that. And no, let me just stop right there. Pause the reading. I'm proud of you, and here's why I'm proud of you. And I have my hairs on my arm sticking up, so I feel like your guides are saying this to you. Your spiritual team wants me to say this. They're proud of you because a lot of people stay in that first part that I mentioned, where they're just angry at the world and angry at God because they feel like their life isn't what they feel it should be. And so they get stuck in that part right there where they're just angry and mad. And then they start to put out this negative energy. That's how you get people that become jealous of other people, because they feel like, wow, this person has what I want. That should be my life. I should have that. This person shouldn't have that. And the thing about that is, when you get in anger and you stay in anger too long, you get stuck there. And a lot of people, I would say 80% of people get stuck in that part right there, where they get angry and resentful, and they get jealous, and they don't do the work. So it is such an accomplishment for you, and I'm clapping, because you realize that you have to do the work. You realize, like, maybe you were part of that 80% originally that got jealous, that got mad, and then you realize, like, you know what, if I want something for myself, I got to make it happen. And you really like zeroed in and focused on how to make it happen. Okay, so I'm proud of you. So that's what this hangman is about for me. Spirit is just wanting to say that they're proud of you for changing your perspective and choosing to do the work, because it truly is rewarding. And the only way to get what you want is to do this work. Work on yourself, work on your goals, work on your emotions, and it'll come, you know. But you would have never got to that space if you stayed angry. So that is why your guides are coming in to say you made a major transition, and they're proud of you. Okay, so the advice overall is to keep that perspective and always look to find the positive, even in negative situations. Okay, and work towards your goals. So this is going to be the projected outcome if you don't take the advice. If you don't take the advice, you get the moon card. And what I'm seeing is, if you continue, like, let's say you don't change your perspective, or you choose to see things negatively, the moon is telling me that certain things will be blocked from you. Your intuition will be blocked. You won't be able to see. You won't feel as confident, because you won't have that foresight. Because what this is saying, like, when you choose to see things negatively, it becomes hard for you to have hope. It becomes hard for you to believe and have faith. And in a way, you get blocked with the moon. You become dark, deep in your emotions, and you get deep in your negative emotions. You start to thrive in this anger energy. And when you're deep in those emotions, it's hard for you to see the light. So this is what Spirit is saying. If you choose to see things negatively, then that's where you're going to get stuck, and it's going to be more difficult for you to come out of that mindset. I'm hearing the phrase poverty mindset. Poverty or lack mindset is just when people have accepted or believe that this is it for them, that there is nothing else, that there's not enough, that they accept the negative qualities. And I feel like if you choose to look at the world negatively, that's where you get, and they get addicting, and you can get stuck in that energy. So that's what Spirit is saying here with the moon. If you were to not take the advice and start to look at things negatively and only see things negatively, then your intuition and your like happiness and things like that will be blocked. It will be harder for you to see the positive outcome and more difficult for you to get out of situations. Okay. Now, if this is going to be the projected outcome, if you choose to accept the advice, which is to see things positively and work towards your goals, we have the World card. Now, we had the World 2 times because we had it in the pre-shuffle underneath, and now we're getting the World here. And this is what Spirit is saying. If you choose to see the world through positive eyes and an open perspective and an open heart, the world will open up for you. Your world will change. So this is just believing in your own power, believing in the own power of your mind, understanding that the world will open up for you, and that cycles will be completed, and new cycles, healthier cycles will be brought to you, and you will be transitioning into a lifestyle or a world that is more in alignment with you. And when you are in high vibration, your path is in high vibration, so that means more positive experiences. Okay, so that was the reading. Next, we're going to get advice from Spirit. The first card we have is I relate in peace. Wow. So this is Spirit saying just keep a peaceful and positive mindset. When you vibe in your own positive energy, your life goes smoothly. Things go better for you. So Spirit is coming in to say, keep this energy, like keep this high vibrational energy. That's what protects you from the negativity, is your positive energy. So learning how to be peaceful and finding peace and remain in peace is part of your self-love journey, is keeping the peace. And how do you keep the peace? You mind your business. I know that's like very short and sweet. You mind your business. You focus on the things that make you happy, and you do that. When you so focused on what makes you happy and what your goals are, you don't have time to even be bothered with the negative energy that people may try to throw at you or bring, because it's like you too busy doing your own thing. Okay, so Spirit wants you to stay in this energy where you are doing your own thing with the stuff that makes you happy. Next, we have I give blessings. Okay, so with the I give blessings, Spirit is wanting you to give blessings, and the way you can do that, this could be by your energy being positive and nice to others when you come across them. You know, like your energy alone. Again, we mentioned that 80% of the world around you is in this anger, is in this resentful, is in this jealous place, because they haven't done their work to get them, you know, ascended. Because you've done your work, you've done your healing, you have a high vibrational energy that the world actually needs. It's only like 20% of people that have this high vibration, because not everybody does this type of work, because it's hard and it sucks for the most part. Like, I'm not here to hold you up. Spiritual work is not easy. It's because you are coming in contact with all of your trauma, all of the like decisions and goals that you have to set up for yourself, and you have to get real honest with yourself, and that's not easy to do, which is why only 20% of people do this type of work and can become and be high vibrational. It's not easy. So Spirit is saying you have done that work. Your energy, your high vibrational energy right now is a blessing. So keep that in mind when you're out in the grocery store, when you're out in the world. Know that most people aren't where you are. So a smile could be helpful to someone. A kind word can be helpful to someone. You know, bless people in that way. Bless people with your positive energy. Okay? And understand that your positive energy may upset their demons, because again, when people are so angry and low, it's hard for them to see the light. It's hard for them to see positive people. So you might be a positive person. You might smile at somebody and they might grim you and be like, ugh. Don't even take offense to it. Just know that that person is deep in their own hurt. Okay? And you're not. So again, be positive. Your energy, your presence is the blessing. Okay? Volunteer, maybe, you know, like volunteer at places where you know that energy is needed, you know. All right, next we got I speak positively of others. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, so Spirit is telling you, like, some advice is to speak positively of others. And I'm hearing, like, we just mentioned how I said you could be positive to somebody and you might upset their demons. So this is what Spirit is saying. Speak positive of those people. Just wish them well. Like, when people come at me with negative energy, I just say, like, I wish you well. I hope that you find prosperity, peace, and health, because that's honestly what they're missing. And I don't have to get negative back. So Spirit is saying you don't have to get negative back. Just understand that 80% of the world around you, that people that you come in contact with, they are unhappy, they are angry, and that's because they're living in a lot of unhealed trauma, a lot of insecurities and stuff like that. So Spirit is saying, like, if they get nasty with you, don't take it personal. It's your light. Because you're high vibrational, and not everybody is ready to experience that. So when you come across people who, even if you're nice to them and they might be off-putting to them, don't take offense to it, and just, like, say, I wish you well, and speak positively over them. Because you're so high vibrational, they're still going to get that energy. Like, they're going to get that, Spirit is going to recognize your prayer, I guess, or your words quickly. So it's like, send them healing. Pray for people who come against you. Or what my favorite prayer to do, and I'll share this, is like, if I feel that people are sending me negative energy, you just pray to your spiritual team, and you just ask that they are able to focus on their own life. So I say things like, take the energy that they are sending to me and put it back on them, to where they are able to focus on their own life, so they won't have this energy to send my way. Make people, like, sometimes you might send people through a spiritual awakening, because when people get jealous of you like that, that means that they are seeing something that they want but not willing to do the work. So your energy alone could be a blessing and getting people on their spiritual path, because if they are jealous, then maybe they'll ask themselves, like, why am I jealous? What is it that this person has that I want? What can I do? So that is what I'm saying. Like, when you speak positively of others and of yourself, people can't help but pick it up. Like, pick it up and try their own spiritual awakening. All right. So that was your message, pile number 3. It was beautiful to be here. This was a great reading. Your self-love journey is chef kiss, and I am rooting for you and your success. I will see you all in the next video. Place a heart in the comment section. It helps me. It helps the channel. Bye. Alright, hey there, pile number 4. This reading is going to be self-love in a relationship. This reading is aimed to get clarity and tips and truth on how to remain your self-love even though you're in a connection or a relationship. Sometimes when we get in relationships, we tend to get wrapped up in our partners and we lose, like, ourselves. So this is a way to focus on ourselves and bring us to become more grounded in our connections. Alright, so I went ahead and did your pre-pull here, and the first card we have is unequal partnership, wife and husband, and the priestess. Now this space is you alone, this space is you in a connection, and then this space is you in a relationship. So you alone, we have unequal partnership, and what I'm getting, this is just showing me that when you are by yourself, or when you weren't in this connection, you felt as though you weren't in alignment with yourself. You felt like you weren't truly connected with who you really are. I'm hearing the phrase authentic. So you didn't know you didn't know what your authentic self looked like, okay? And clarifying that, we have the inferior or fear. So this is like, maybe you originally felt like you weren't good enough to become what you set out to be, or you were unable to due to circumstances. You felt inferior. You felt like you were missing something. You felt like you were lacking originally. And so this unequal partnership is coming up, like, this is what you thought of yourself. So because this is a self-love journey, this could be issues that you're going through right now. It could be self-esteem, confidence, scared to take a risk. Like maybe it's something that you want to do, you dream about doing, but then you talk yourself out of it and you're like, no, I can't do that, I won't be good at it. So this is just channel advice coming in from your spiritual team. Your spiritual team is saying, yes, you can do these things. Stop limiting yourself, stop doubting yourself, and believe that you can, even if you feel like you can't, even if you feel as though it's something that you are lacking. Your spiritual team is coming in to say that there is nothing that you are lacking. So a part of your self-love journey could include working on your confidence, working on your self-esteem, and believing in yourself, okay? And some ways that you can do that is by writing out your affirmations. Like whatever it is you're self-conscious about, write it out, right? So I'm hearing journaling may be a good idea for you, where you write your affirmations. So I do this process where I write all the stuff I need to hear, because sometimes we hear so much negative stuff. We hear stuff like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. So in my journal, I have a whole page just dedicated to the stuff that I can do, you know, and I just write the opposite. So if somebody says, oh, you can't start a business, you just write in your journal, I can start a business. If somebody says, oh, you can't work, you can say, I can work. Like whatever it is that people are doubting you from, just write the opposite and say that you can, because sometimes you need to hear the positive as well. All right, and that's a way to start this process of healing. Okay, so I get maybe on your self-love journey, you are in the early stages of it, still working through it. Okay, now this is coming up with you in a relationship. So it says wife or husband. So this is showing that you are in a committed relationship or a deep connection. Okay, and clarifying the wife and husband, we have sorrow and sadness. So I'm wondering why the sorrow and sadness is here. We'll get into more of it with the tarot, but from what I'm picking up intuitively, something about this connection makes you sad, and it could just be yourself. Like maybe you're in this connection and you feel like your partner has their life together, and you feel like your partner is moving in alignment and doing things, and you might feel like you're not at their level. Okay, and that could be causing you some internal sadness here. That could be causing you some sorrow, like you feel as though your partner is able to do things and you cannot, or you're not on the same level as your partner. With the priestess is showing up here to see of like, okay, so the high priestess speaks of inner knowledge, okay, using your intuition. And I think this is getting at part of your self-love journey. The high priestess is someone who goes within and gets downloads, gets messages, gets encouragement from the divine, whatever that may be to you, God, ancestors, angels, spiritual, high vibrational beings, whatever it may be. You get guide information or guidance from them. You go within, and because we mentioned that this part of your self-love journey, I feel like you're still in the new part, like the early stages. I'm getting your spiritual team wants you. The advice is to go within, to learn to listen to yourself. Start this meditation process. Start listening to your inner voice. And a part of your inner voice, and not, okay, so listen, when I say inner voice, I mean the inner voice that is optimistic and positive. Because sometimes we can be our worst critic and we'll be negative. Our inner voice can come out and be negative. So Spirit is saying, listen to your true inner voice, the one that encourages you to try things, the one that encourages you to do better. Listen to that's your true inner voice. So a part of your self-love journey is exploring what does your own voice sound like, and not your inner criticisms. Okay, so spend some time with yourself and work through that and going within. All right, because that's what the high priestess does. She goes within, she gets downloads, and then she makes actions and take actions based on that download. And your spiritual team wants to connect to you in that way, but you got to start your journey and start trusting what you hear. Okay, so underneath clarifying the priestess, we have proud and joy. So basically what this is showing me is that you choosing this path to get to know yourself, to do self-exploration and learn to listen to your inner voice, your true inner voice, the voice that because your inner voice, their true inner voice, shouldn't cause you fear. Okay, if their inner voice is causing you fear, then that's more than likely your inner criticism's coming up. Okay, and what Spirit is showing me or saying is that going on this path of self-discovery will bring you joy in the long run, and it'll give you a sense of pride because you will feel connected, and you will feel like connected to the divine, and that will give you more confidence, and you won't feel as lost or alone. Okay, so let's move into the tarot here. So showing up in the you space, you alone space, we have the Sun. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful because we said underneath we had the unequal partnership with yourself, feeling inferior. And look, at the end, I told you Spirit wants you to go into this self-discovery mode. And look what came out. Coming up, this is popping up, the Sun. And the Sun is the most happiest, most like positive card in the tarot deck. So what this is showing me is that Spirit is saying this journey of self-discovery, of self-love, self-exploration, personal development is good for you, and it's going to bring about happiness, internal happiness. And again, we mentioned that part of the happiness is just feeling connected to the divine. It opens you up to be happier. Also, I'm hearing the phrase high vibrational. So this journey will bring you to a higher vibration. When you're stuck in this fear energy or this inferiority energy, it lowers your vibration. It's hard for you to manifest. It's hard for you to be optimistic when you're low vibration like this. So with the Sun being here, Spirit is saying this is going to be a journey that's going to uplift you, and that it's worth investing in. Okay. And also knowing that when your vibrations are high, it's easier for you to manifest certain outcomes and certain things. So this is why it's worth investing in, because we got over here that you may feel like your partner is able to do things and you aren't. When you start your journey and you start to raise your high vibration, you'll be able to manifest just as quickly, okay? Or manifest your own lifestyle or outcomes, all right? So this next card coming out is in the you in a relationship space. And we got the Seven of Swords. Hang on, I just tried to put them together. Okay, so with the Seven of Swords showing up, I feel like this is the energy. What? Okay, hang on. I'm trying to get this download. Okay, so what I'm getting from this Seven of Swords, originally I was saying that you might feel as though your person is getting ahead. This could also be that you feel as though, and correct me if I'm wrong, you feel as though your partner, because I'm seeing this Sun energy, right? And I'm looking at this person as high vibrational. And then we have the Seven of Swords right next to it. So it could be that you're with a partner who may take your energy or take your ideas or take your ideas or something like that, who takes your energy and uses it. And that could explain why there's sorrow and sadness underneath here. Originally, I thought that this was like your sadness, and it would make sense. The reason why you're feeling like you feel, oh my gosh, it's coming together. Look, inferior. I was trying to figure why you felt inferior. And the reason why you might be feeling inferior like this is because your partner or your person may be taking your ideas, taking your energy and using it. And then they might tell you something along the lines of, oh, you can't do that, I can do that. But it's like they're getting their energy or their ideas. It's like you are the one behind their success, but they're not giving you recognition. And so that makes you sad here. All right. So a part of this priestess journey, Spirit still wants you to go on this journey of self-exploration. And you might find throughout that journey that Spirit may be encouraging you or wanting you to cut ties with this situation, if this is the case. Okay, I can't help how I'm reading it or what's coming to me, so I have to tell it like it is. Okay, next card we got, wow, we got the Tower. Yeah, so this is letting me know I'm on the right path here. So with the Tower, the Tower speaks of unexpected or sudden change. And honestly, my love, the sudden change might be to cut this connection, because what I'm picking up is that this person may have, what's the word? Narcissistic tendencies or traits. And some things that narcissists do is that it's called triangulation, right? So they get with someone, they take all of their qualities, like this person. So this person may be taking all of your qualities, your good qualities, and then putting them out into the world as if it's their own. And so this person may be doing that to you. So with the Tower here, Spirit may be creating a situation for this connection to be ended soon, so that you can get free of this. Because what I'm picking up is that as long as you're with this person, they're going to try to dim your light. They're going to steal your energy, and they're going to make it to where you can't focus on your own goals or dreams or anything. Like, narcissists have a tendency to make your life really difficult on purpose, and it's because they want to keep that energy for themselves. Okay, so I am getting narcissistic vibes heavy on this connection. And so the Tower, and notice what's under the Tower. The Tower, it says proud and joy. So this moment, like this Tower moment, might be the ending of this connection, and Spirit saying the outcome of that is going to bring joy, because you'll have your own energy. I get that this person may be stealing your energy in a way, like making you tired so you can't focus on class if you're in school, or stressing you out so you can't think about nothing else, like creating ideas and stuff, because you're too busy stressed out about this person. Narcissists have and that could be the Tower, like you could be experiencing these moments that they create. This is what they do. Okay, so I'm picking up on it, and if this is what you're going through, I just want to send you a heart. I know that this energy can be rough to navigate, but listen to what Spirit is saying. Like, an opportunity for you to get out of this connection or to move away from this connection will open up for you, and it will be overall best and beneficial for you, because you are a light. You have high vibration, and Spirit wants you to use this. Like, Spirit wants you in this energy with the sun, where you're high vibrational, where you're happy, where you're focused on your goals, you're in higher spirits. And it's like, I feel like maybe in this connection you've been more depressed, you've been down, you've been stressed, you've been anxiety crazy. It's a part of this connection. Okay, clarifying the Sun. Shut up. We got the Queen of Pentacles. Now look, oh my gosh, I got chills, you guys. So this is a strong message. Oh my goodness, I can't even get it out. Oh my goodness. Whew, let me take a breath. Okay, what I'm getting from this, Spirit wants you to look at this Sun card. So I'm gonna hold it up again, because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is independent. Okay, and she's sitting pretty, her money on her throne. Look at this card. This woman is gorgeous. So one, Spirit wants you to realize that you are gorgeous. And I'm hearing like Spirit is saying, like, don't let nobody take you off your square, or don't let nobody make you forget who you are, because this is who you are. Okay, you are capable. And with this Queen holding that pentacle, this is somebody who is able to go after her dreams, make them happen, and become successful. So Spirit wants you to embody this energy of the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles got her finances on her own. The Queen of Pentacles was able to carry out her dreams and her visions and become successful off of her own ideas. So Spirit just wants you to be encouraged, because I feel like maybe the person you're with may tell you things like, oh, that's a stupid idea, that'll never work, you'll never be able to do that, or it'll take forever. Like, they seem to give you negative energy. Meanwhile, they be taking your ideas, like they'll tell you like, oh, that's a dumb idea, and then turn around and do it. So it's like Spirit is saying, believe in yourself, believe in your own ideas, and carry them out. You don't have to let someone take your ideas or carry out. And I feel like this person may feel like, well, let me take care of it, let me do it, because I'm the smart one, or I'm the one with the job. Like, I feel like your partner tends to dismiss you and dismiss your skills and dismiss your achievements, and I don't like that for you, pile number 4. Okay, baby, I don't. No, I don't like it for you. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit is saying embody this energy. And also this is Spirit showing you, giving you a what do you call it, a preview, saying that when you leave this connection, you will be this Queen of Pentacles. So you don't even have to worry, you will be successful. Clarifying the Seven of Swords, my love, we got the Star. And the Star talks of healing after a difficult connection, like finding yourself, learning yourself, and learning to put your life back together again. So with the Star, it's just showing me that Spirit really wants you to consider transitioning out of this connection and healing from it, because this narcissist may have damaged your self-esteem, damaged your confidence, damaged your belief in yourself, and got you in a low vibration. And so that's going to take time to put together the process. So Spirit is saying to start the healing process, mourning this connection and moving on from this connection. That's easier said than done, but Spirit is wanting you to start this healing process and understand that this person is taken away from you and that you can do better by yourself. I'm hearing the phrase, I can do bad all by myself. That's what Spirit wants for you. You don't have to stay in this connection, okay? Clarifying the Tower, we got the King of Swords. Now look, the King of Swords is cutthroat, Game of Thrones with it. Cutthroat when it comes to cutting people off, cutting things off that no longer serve them. And so with this clarifying the Tower, the Spirit is saying this connection no longer serves you. It's time for you to exit, transition out of, cut this off, okay? So that's a very strong message. And with it being the King, I feel like it's like that extra masculine energy, like I said what I said, cut this connection off. So I feel like take it how it resonates. I am delivering these messages with much empathy and compassion, because I understand how hearing this can be hard to process. So know that my heart is with you and I'm rooting for you. All right. So now we're going to move into the advice portion. The advice portion is this. So the advice coming out for you is the Queen of Wands. Now look, you got this lady with the Sun, heart energy, and then look what come out on top, more fire energy, more light. So I feel like the advice is Spirit is saying follow your path, the one that is authentic to you, one where you're the happiest, one where you can do the things, do your creative things, because the Queen of Wands, she is the creative queen. She is the queen that follows her passion, that does what she does. She does it in her own unique style. She does it in her own way, and she's very independent. So I feel like this is what Spirit advice is. Follow your heart, follow your creative dreams, and don't listen to the doubt, especially from your companion. Don't listen to it. Follow your path and notice that you will be successful, okay? So the next is going to be projected outcome if you don't take the advice, okay? So the advice being, you know, following your path, following your heart, being creative, and moving forward, okay? If you don't take the advice, the projected outcome is the Nine of Wands. And look at it, she's like behind this fence, scared to take a chance. So this is what Spirit is saying. If you don't take the general advice, which is following your own path, being creative, letting go of this negative partner, you will be in this Nine of Wands energy. And the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. The wounded warrior is someone who has been abused, who has taken hit after hit, and they're scared to move forward because they're scared of being hit again. So what Spirit is saying, you're going to be trapped. You might be scared to leave this person, but you might end up being trapped in an unhealthy cycle with this person, okay? And this is also Spirit recognizing that you might be afraid to let go of this connection, but if you don't, you might get stuck in this connection, and Spirit doesn't want that for you, because the longer you stay, the harder it will be for you to get out of it, all right? And Spirit doesn't want to see you in this Nine of Wands, this wounded warrior energy, where you're scared to follow your dreams, you're scared to follow your goals, and you just, because you're scared, you end up staying in a very toxic, very dysfunctional situation, all right? So next is going to be the projected outcome if you do take the advice. If you do take the advice, you have the Page of Wands. And if you look at this lady on the card, she is dancing, whirling her wand in the air, having fun. So Spirit is saying if you do take the advice, You will be in this energy of self-acceptance, of self-love, of enjoying yourself, being happy again, following your dreams, following your creativity. Essentially what the Queen of Wands is saying. You will grow from a page into the Queen of Wands, into your own authenticity, your own style. Okay, so that was the reading, pile number 4. Next, we're going to do spiritual advice from spirit, messages from spirit. Okay, so the first one says, I achieve with integrity. I achieve with integrity. Now this is what I'm picking up on, because hold on, I'm going to move this card so you can see. Originally I picked up, like, this is popping up like your person, how you are in a relationship. So your person may do business, but may do business in like a backhanded way or an underhanded way. This person could do criminal activity or something like that, where they handle business like their business is negative, you know, like it's scamming or something like that, like something that's not ethical. And so, and that's okay. I got another download. Your person probably does unethical things and you're an ethical person. So it's like, if you say you want to do something positive, they kind of look at it like nobody's ever going to buy that. Nobody's ever going to want that, because they're used to doing things in a very unethical way. And I get that you are ethical. So with this card saying, I achieve with integrity, this is spirit saying that follow your heart, the path that you have set for. Like, if you have an idea that's positive, like you want to start, that's a positive idea, spirit is saying do that. You can most definitely achieve that. Don't let this person tell you that it's not possible, because they're an unethical person. You actually seem to be high vibrational and your light is being covered by a narcissist. But spirit is saying you can achieve that goal, and you can achieve it in the way you plan to, in a way that is positive, in a way that helps people, in a way that supports people. Okay, next we got I honor virtue. I honor virtue. And how I'm reading this is that spirit wants you to honor yourself, honor your own virtue. If you look at all these cards, this lady has this light flowing from her chest, high vibrational energy. This lady has her light flowing around her. Honor yourself. And what that means is honor your dreams, honor your goals, honor the things that make you happy, that are creative to you, how you express yourself. That's a part of honoring yourself. All right. So, hang on. There we go. And then next we have I am kind. Wow. So spirit wants you to remain kind. Don't let this situation jade you and make you someone you're not. Stay true to yourself. You are a very loving, uplifting person. Spirit is saying stay true to that. Even when you let this connection go and it starts to hurt and you get angry, don't let this person jade you or change you. Okay, like don't become bitter. Just let this person go, move on and heal, and stay true to your inner self, your inner light. Okay, my love, that was the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, put a heart in the comment section. Your interactions help me, they help the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.